because we have a lot of minerals in our body, and sometimes we have to get rid of some unorganic minerals, and to replenish good ones, you have to first get rid of it. Okay, so silica is important for that because it's responsible for cleaning your system basically because that's where Sagittarius is a fire sign and ruled by Jupiter, and it's a hunter. It's to have a clear clarity, no clear clarity, and to be in focus. You also need silica as well because it helps you with that. Plus, it gets rid of the bad smells and gets rid of problems with hair and many stuff. Because when you have one deficiency, it has a chain reaction, and then you get the other diseases basically because everything is connected. Every organ and every nervous system is connected with organs as well. So that's why we have this. This way, it's very accurate to see what's going on in your body because we see the body as well here. See, Aries here is a head, and Taurus is the neck. So then you see the body of the basic collective body of cosmos. But due to your natal personal chart, it's affecting you. It could affect you more or less because, for example, if you have Mars in natal chart, you're born with a Mars in Gemini, it'll be more active because it's gonna activate that energy, especially when it's gonna reach certain degree that you have Mars in your sign. So when you have Mars reaching collective Mars, present Mars reaching your natal Mars, it's gonna activate that energy even more, and then it's gonna be much. So basically, it's gonna deplete your. It's gonna uh, deplete your body even faster. So that's why you need to replenish and get that, you know, Gemini salt, which is very important for you, chloride, potassium, basically. So next 3 months, I mean, not how many months is that? Like till March, we're gonna need more like Gemini salt, which is chloride of potassium, and we're gonna need iron phosphate, which is basically Pisces red cell, basically circulating your body. I mean, your blood in your body. It helps you to be much healthier, basically. So you need that as well, and you need silica because probably number one is silica, and then you need, you know, potassium chloride, and then you need iron phosphate. And depends on your personal chart, of course, because not everybody's gonna have same symptom because everybody's different, you know. So and now that we have this, we can predict what's gonna be next step. I mean, see, like next will be like calcium deficiency because Mars gonna hit. See, Mars gonna going backwards. I mean, backwards right now that way, but at some point it's gonna come back and it's gonna go that way, which is the sign of Cancer here, which controls basically breast area and cancer. Even cancer world is connected with that disease, cancer, because it's a Cancer constellation, and it's ruled by Moon. And moon is mother energy, which is feminine, and that's why it's very it's syncretized with breast area, which is like where the milk is produced for babies. So you find lots of calcium fluoride in that region, which is the breast area. So that's why we know that it's going to be more deficiency going on because Mars is going to dry that area because usually water sign and fire, which is Mars, it boils the water like a hydrogen bomb. So it's going to be lots of fevers as well. And so to not have that, to avoid that, you can replenish with minerals, which is the calcium fluoride, and that'll be more after March. Like March 12th, it'll be switching that energy. I think Mars gonna switch to Cancer, so it'll be very obvious energy. And some people who has in natal chart Mars in Cancer, they have to be much more careful because especially because it's going to affect them more. Okay, and then after that, when Mars probably is going to go forward, it's not going to retrograde. Here in a Cancer. Basically, it's going to go in Leo at some point, and it's going to affect the magnesium as well, which is the heart area, heart arteries, and um, spine, and it's basically it's a very useful salt because you need to have that because it's a painkiller as well. It's a muscle relaxer, and it will be deficiency in magnesium basically, of course. Plus, one thing before I go to Leo, when we're gonna have Mars in Cancer, that means we're gonna Sun will be in a Capricorn, okay, and Capricorn is another calcium is which is calcium phosphate. Uh, so that's gonna be more gonna do with the bones because it's gonna affect the bones and knees and even digestion, basically, because Capricorn is very cold and dry energy. So it's gonna be basically Capricorn's gonna play a lot, and same time, 180 degrees away from the Capricorn is going to be Mars in Cancer, which is not a calcium fluoride, which is different. This is calcium fluoride, and Capricorn is calcium phosphate. Okay, so those minerals going to be very necessary, especially calcium fluoride for Cancer, and then another one for bones, calcium phosphate. Okay, so this is very important too because that's going to be deficiency collectively, and people are going to suffer with bone problems. They already probably do because it's due to your natal chart. You could have weakness in because we have a Saturn in. I mean, we don't have Saturn now, but we have Pluto in Capricorn, which is already depleting because Pluto is very destructive, and it means like a poison and detox same time because that's has always had two meanings. Either you poison yourself or you detox from your poisons that you inject before or in, you know, because there is a lot of toxicity going on right now. Like people are getting poisoned everywhere, like from food, from from the sky, from a bunch of like other things, even from water, from air. So that's why Pluto is a very destructive energy, and he's going to enter Aquarius in 2024. He's going to retrograde back, I think, in a Capricorn. So it's going to be all about bones because it's all about bones as well, which is a lot of deficiency going on, and Capricorn rules alchemically lead, so it's a lot of lead poison as well. So you got to get rid of and detox yourself from a lead poison because it shows that it's very high right now, and it will be even higher. And right now, we have a Quicksilver, which is Mercury in Gemini. Gemini ruler is Mercury, and Mercury is in Capricorn right now, where the lead is. So lead and Mercury Quicksilver is much higher chance that we have in air, and they even spray with chemtrails, all that stuff. because that's what it's, because next step will be like they're going to spray more aluminum because it's going to be in Aquarius. So it's a different chemicals that basically they attacking our biochemistry, because they are witches and they know how to attack biochemistry well and reverse the, healing, make it, instead of healing, could poison you or something. So so basically to prevent that, we know that what's going on, we know what's gonna happen, and we know the deficiency, so we can focus on deficiency. Basically, we can just get those minerals and use them and replenish them. Basically, your body constantly, and then you this way you're gonna avoid a lot of problems because that's what I do personally, and I always target specific point and specific salt in my body, because if you use them all at once, it's not gonna work, because they all have genders as well, like they're all masculine or feminine. So negative ions and positive ions, you have to mix them right way. You have to put them like by the gender. If you put them against gender, there's a chance that they just discharge. They're just not gonna work. So there is so much, details about how do you. But the one I'm explaining right now, this is the main ones that we need, and you can just take those salts and or you can find them in a food, okay, um, and or of course you can always find somebody who knows about that, like me, basically, and you can personally get like reading what you need, what kind of, like, for example, I was just doing a new, just to improve my, like, this is like person, some persons, like basically personal squares that he's gonna have. See, like in orange is bad aspects, it's squares and oppositions. So those things that we know that which month is gonna happen. By those we know the deficiency it's gonna be, which is gonna be listed here. That I have it roughly. So basically, in those dates before that, you take those minerals before it gets worse. Basically, you just replenish them, and then when you have a good aspect, you don't need to do anything, because that's the easy aspect. It's no deficiency going on. So when you have this red, I mean orange indication that I have here, those are oppositions and squares, which is the much destructive energy. And basically, to avoid them, you gotta take those silo listed. It depends on a person. So this is personal. It's not like for collective. But I got here for an example, so people understand how complex it is, and you can basically avoid, because when you know astrology, you can find cycles when your personal planet's gonna conjunct or make a square or some kind of aspect with a collective planets energies, and then you can predict how long it's gonna be, and then you can put a date on it, and then you know that period of time is going to be, for example, deficiency of silica. So you take that, even you don't need it, because that's an additional one. Because sometimes when we go through the year, we get additional deficiencies, because we obviously get, worn out from this toxicity, and we work hard, we stressed out all the time. So all these things are basically giving us deficiency, and then giving us like even chronic diseases at one point, because um, so to avoid that, basically you have to just replenish them, and minerals work really fast. Basically, they work so fast that it gives you result in days even, and in weeks. So and it's very useful. Basically, that's what I do. Basically, so see, this way you can plant in front. I mean, you can predict basically deficiency of person even 1 year ahead, or even two, or long, because there is a technology we can we can see and we can use that basically and do this basically what I'm doing. And just yeah, let me know if you guys have a question because I know I'm kind of